This video is for administrators who liked using the form emailer script to automatically send an email to a teacher after a walkthrough observation. With the new version of Forms, they took away the script gallery. And what you're left with instead is add-ons. And add-ons, there's lots of great add-ons out there, but Form Emailer is not one of them. So in order to use Form Emailer with the new version of the spreadsheet, you have to do a few extra steps. So I've got my walkthrough form here, and here's the spreadsheet that's attached to that form. I also have open the Form Emailer website and the directions to install this script from the website. So again, you've got add-ons here, and what you need to do is get to the script gallery, which they've taken that away in this version of spreadsheets. So we're going to go back to the Form Emailer website, and we're going to use the instructions to install from a website or a source. And the first thing it tells us is to download the latest version of the script from the updates page. So we're going to go ahead and open this link in a new tab so we can keep our directions up there. And here is the newest version, and yes, the newest version is from November 16th of 2011. So here it is right here. So we're going to go ahead and open that. And it's going to ask us to save it. And so you can put it in your H drive, someplace where you can get it frequently, or I'm going to just do it quick, so I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to leave it called Form Emailer. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay, so I've already got ahead and it's downloaded, so I'm going to switch back to my directions here. And the next thing it says is open it with any pure text editor. So on Windows, what you're looking for is Notepad. And so I'm going to minimize this, and here's the script. So I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go to Open With, and I am going to choose Notepad. You do not want to open it in Word. And go ahead and open it, it's okay. So we need to get all this gobbledygook in here, and you don't need to know anything about what this says. So we're going to go ahead and select all of it. So you can do Control A or Edit Select All. You can highlight it. And then we need to copy it. I'm going to do Control C to copy. And I'm going to close that. Now, back at our directions, it says to go back to your spreadsheet, and you're going to go to the Tools menu and choose Script Editor. So here I am on my spreadsheet. I'm going to go to Tools, and I'm going to go to Script Editor. And you're going to delete what's in here currently. So we're going to delete all of that, and then we're going to do Control V and paste in that script. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to save this. So we're going to go to File and Save, and we're going to call it Form Emailer, and click OK. The next thing we need to do is go to Run and on Install. And then we need to authorize the script, so we'll go ahead and click Continue here. And it needs to access these items. We'll go ahead and click Accept. And it's running it on install. So now if we go back to our walkthrough form, we should see our good old friend, the Form Emailer menu listed right there. The next thing we're going to do is set up our email. So we're going to go to the Form Emailer menu, and we're going to choose Install. And we need to select the language and where the sheet that has the form answers. That's sheet 1. So we'll go ahead and click Install. And you will see that it has created a second sheet with some directions. And your form responses are right here. And it has given you a new Form Emailer status column, which will tell you if the email was sent to your teacher or not. Okay, so now we're ready to set up our email that we're going to automatically generate to our teacher once we've done their walkthrough form. So we're going to go to the Form Emailer menu, and we're going to go to Settings. And here it gives you the basic structure for an emailer. For an email, there's a few things that I always like to change. For example, I don't want the sender name to be Form Emailer. I want it to come from me. In the To line, we need that to go to the teacher. So you're going to delete your email address out of there. You're going to come up to the Answers placeholder selector and select Teacher Email. Click your cursor in the To line and then click Insert Placeholder, and that will put the teacher email in there. Instead of new form submitted, we want to go ahead and change that to walkthrough evaluation results or something to that effect. And then you can go ahead and insert the body of your message. Now it actually, what the script does is it actually takes each of your columns and lists that in here. You may not want all of this information. You may want some of it, but you can leave it as is, or you can go ahead and change it around. I don't need the submit values. I can delete that. The timestamp would indicate the date and the time that I was in the teacher's room, or when I submit the form. So if you want that to be indicative of when you were there, make sure you submit the form shortly after you visited the teacher. Teacher's email, probably you may or may not need that. And then it just goes through and it takes all of the column headings and then it puts that data in there. So anything that where you see the pound symbols or the hashtags, that is pulling the data from that particular column and putting it in that spot in the email. So here we can see all of the different items that it has pulled. Now you can edit this as you want, but that is the basic email. You can actually delete all of this and start all over with your own email if you want. But anytime you want to pull information from the spreadsheet, you need to be sure that you are enclosing the column headers in these pound symbols. And if you actually you can actually use this menu right here. It will put those placeholders in there. So if I wanted to insert that at the bottom of my message, I could go ahead and add that. Click Insert Placeholder, and that should put that wherever your cursor is. You might also want to have some little personal message. So maybe at the beginning I might say, "Thank you for allowing me to visit your room. Here are the results of your observation," or something to that effect, to just personalize the message a little bit more. So once you get your message the way you like it, you can go ahead and click Save and Close. And if you want to try this out, I suggest that you fill in the form one time using your email address and some just fictional information so that you can see what the form is going to look like when it gets sent to the teacher. Now, if you want this form to send automatically when you hit submit, there's one more thing that we need to do to configure this. So we're going to go back to the script, and hopefully you still have that open in a separate tab. And we need to set a trigger in order to make that happen. So we're going to click on the little watch here, and there's no trigger set up, so we're going to set one up now. And we want this to be a time-driven trigger, and we're going to change this from the spreadsheet, and we want this to go on form submit. So when you submit a form, the email will automatically be generated to the teacher. Go ahead and save that. And then again, go ahead and fill out the walkthrough form with your information, your email address, and see if it submits when you sends you an email when you submit the form. So I went ahead and practiced and filled in a form and submitted it with my email address so that I could see what the email looked like. And if I go to my email, here is the walkthrough evaluation results, and that is the results of the form as I set it up. So you can kind of take a look at this and see if you like this format. If you don't like it, then you'll need to go back to your walkthrough evaluation, go to Form Emailer, Settings, and you can make some changes to the settings to the email message that you're sending right here. So that's how you take Form Emailer and add it to a new Google spreadsheet.